に恐ろしき人外のものよ。
Hey guys, it's Ash here with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 terrifying moments in Naruto.
さあ、おそらく。無事ではあるまいな。
For this list, we'll be looking at Naruto scenes, jutsu, and characters sure to keep you up at night. Number 10, unveiling Orochimaru's hideouts.
まさか貴様、あの剣術を完成させていたのか。
Every scientist needs a lab, although in Orochimaru's case, this could qualify as more of a dungeon. It certainly looks that way during the third Hokage's raid. For anyone who dared open their eyes, that is.
に見つかってしまいましたね。残念です。
It's one thing to hear about his sinister experiments, but it's completely different to see them firsthand. And yet, the faraway shots and tight atmosphere only imply the kind of horrors that went on there. But that's still more than enough to make even an Anbu lose their lunch.
すべてですよ。
すべてだと。
In the end, one thing about Orochimaru's quest for immortality is painfully obvious. It wasn't quick, and it wasn't painless. Number 9, bad to the bone. Naruto and the others have fought some pretty grisly villains over the years, but Kimimaro looks like he straight up walked out of a horror film. At least most of the series' other villains have the decency to use normal jutsu. Kimimaro uses his actual bones. The gnarly skeletal design is definitely enough to ward off any hesitant combatants, both literally and through sheer intimidation. Somehow it only gets worse from there, since Kimimaro's trademark technique also comes with sickening sound effects and a curse mark transformation. There may not be another Naruto character ever that commands so much fear on aesthetics alone. Number 8, bugging out. All in all, Shino is a pretty quiet guy, but in the Chunin exams, he proved that he wasn't playing with bugs just for the fun of it. And unfortunately, the poor Zaku happened to be standing in the way. In order to overcome the Sound Ninja's bodily enhancements, Shino ordered his swarm to crawl into the enemy's hands. Sure, it disabled the cybernetic jets, but the implication is enough to make Zaku's skin crawl in more ways than one. It's even more gruesome in the manga, where the poor Sound Ninja isn't even left with arms at all. Maybe it's for the best that Shino keeps to himself. Number 7, Tayuya's tune. The Sound 4 gave the Leaf Ninja quite the show during the Sasuke retrieval arc, but it was Shikamaru alone who got the front row seat to Tayuya's solo act. Her mesmerizing melody completely whisked him away, not to a happy place, but to a realm where his skin is melting off. Even if it's just an illusion, Shikamaru's pained screams are enough to prove that it was closer to a nightmare than a dream, one that could have very lethal consequences. It's just a good thing the thrifty Chunin dropped the curtain on the show before he ran out of body parts to lose. Number 6, Heart to Heart. Naruto filler can feel like its own kind of scare tactic, but this anime-only arc really took that idea to heart. Under the guise of Kabuto, the scheming Kagero unleashes the ultimate failsafe by linking her and Naruto's heartbeats. Either both of them survive, or neither of them did. Alas, Kagero doesn't want to win, she just couldn't lose. So at the cost of her own life, she dug out her heart using nothing but her bare hands. Gruesome doesn't even begin to cover it. The only mercy is that thanks to Sakura coming in clutch, there's only one bloody corpse to clean up instead of two. Number 5. Tsunade divided in two. Madara Uchiha gave the 5 Kage a pretty good fight on his own, but it was his perfect Susanoo that really cut them down to size.
お前らの道もろとも砕け散れ五影
That's no hyperbole. It left the shinobi leaders on the absolute brink of death, none more than Tsunade herself. Or rather, the top half of her, since that was the only thing left at all.
勝也頼みがある。はい、すぐに体をくっつけて。違う。私の半身は後。
Even for one of the best healers in all of ninja kind, that's gotta be tough to patch up. It's almost impressive that, in a bloody war with mountains of deceased, Tsunade having to sew herself back together leaves the ghastliest impression. It certainly proved that Madara was not to be taken lightly.
私ならまだ救える。
Number 4. Orochimaru Sheds His Skin. If it looks like a snake and acts like a snake, it should come as no surprise that it can shed like one too. But still, no one could have expected that Orochimaru would take his slimy influences so literally.
かつては忍びの神とまで謳われたあなたですら老いにはかなわぬ。
The image of him tearing off his own face is just plain unsettling, let alone that there's a brand new one underneath. It's all the more frightening because it accompanies the realization that all of Orochimaru's heinous experiments actually paid off.
貴様一体何者だ
突然すぎて理解できませんか？私です。オロチマルですよ。
After a reveal like that, the villain's maniacal laughter is sure to haunt any jittery viewers for long after the episode ends. Number 3. The Tsukuyomi. Itachi had a sinister reputation long before his eyes landed on Kakashi, but just to reinforce it, he showed the copy ninja what a Tsukuyomi actually looks like.
空間も時間も質量も全て俺が支配する。
Turns out it's pretty damn scary. The ocular jutsu delivers what feels like days of constant torture in the span of only a few real-world seconds.
これから72時間あなたを刀で刺し続ける。
The inverted grayscale visuals already sell the impact of each strike, but the fact that even Kakashi was nearly driven mad with pain should speak for itself. It's hard to blame him, since just the thought of the Tsukuyomi would make any other ninja weak in the knees.
あと71時間59分59秒。
Number 2. Seeing eye to eye.
これでお前の目は俺のものだ。ゆっくりいただくとしよう。
Evidently, Itachi has a real knack for channeling the horror genre, so it's only natural that his final living moments would be no different. After a dramatic and rather bloody scuffle with Sasuke, Itachi finally has his brother's eyes in his grasp.
俺の目だ。俺の。
Seeing Itachi stalk towards his cornered prey, with memories of their youth flashing behind them, is nothing short of disturbing. After all, at this point in the series, Itachi had done a whole lot more for a whole lot less. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Gaara of the Sand. As a mere genin, this red-headed Jinchuriki boasted one of the highest kill counts the franchise had ever seen, and worst of all, most of them were innocent students trying to pass the Chunin exams.
砂漠早々
Suffice to say, he's straight up a bloodthirsty maniac in his debut arc, and stained his sand red plenty of times to prove it. In fact, he went out of his way to murder Rock Lee for seemingly no reason than that he got away the first time.
てめえゲジマユに何しようとした殺そうとした
With that kind of intent to kill paired with the crazed look in his eyes, Gaara played the role of terrifying villain all too well.
ただ俺が殺しておきたいから殺すだけだ
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.